Lightstone.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to start off by apologizing. I will not be whistling at you today, but I will compliment you when you do. Mr. Speaker, my questions today are for the Minister of Justice, and I'd like to continue on my questions from yesterday with regards to court orders to abstain from alcohol. Mr. Speaker, as my colleague, Ms. Kleekty, had indicated earlier, Nunavut and Northwest Territories continue to lead Canada in the highest crime severity index. And according to Statistics Canada, Nunavut's rate of violent crime had increased by 14%. And much, if not most, is likely related to alcohol, or is fueled by alcohol. I was quite surprised with the minister's response yesterday that the courts are actually trending towards issuing less court orders to abstain from alcohol. So I'd like to ask if the minister would be able to elaborate a bit further on the rationale behind this. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Minister of Justice, Ms. Ross.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member for the question. In terms of community corrections and court orders, we don't have the specific number. As many people suffer addictions with alcohol. We have noticed, however, Mr. Speaker, that there is a trend in this trend with court orders or client orders, so they have gone down in numbers from what we see, but I don't have the specific numbers. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
For supplementary, Mr. Lightstone.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given the amount of harm and crime and violence that is associated with alcohol, I think that is why I've been raising this issue so closely, specifically with community corrections within the Department of Justice. And I'm a little disappointed that the department has not paid specific attention to this area. Mr. Speaker, I believe that all convictions involving violent crime, while intoxicated, should be accompanied by court orders to abstain from alcohol. And further, I also believe that convictions involving severe crime, such as rape and murder, while intoxicated, should be accompanied by the much stronger interdiction order. Again, both being paired with alcohol treatment orders for those individuals who may be addicted. I'd like to ask, does the minister share my position? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister of Justice, Ms. Goss.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member for the questions and raising these points within the House. I know that every case is different, and for the interdiction orders, I want to say, Mr. Speaker, that these orders have long faced strong criticism across Canada for unfairly affecting Indigenous and vulnerable people and for raising human rights concerns. As our Minister of Finance had noted last week, the interdictions are not practical or effective. There are other tools in the Liquor Act that can restrict alcohol use, such as decisions by a local alcohol education committee or automatic restrictions for certain liquor offences. Mr. Speaker, these fall under the responsibility of the Minister of Finance. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to say that in the justice system, judges can also restrict alcohol use as part of bail or probation orders under the criminal code. And these conditions vary depending on the case and are enforced by the courts. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Second and final supplementary, Mr. Lightstone.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the larger communities that do not have restrictions on alcohol, such as Iqaluit and Rankin, there are no alcohol education committees to prevent individuals from accessing alcohol. It's very frustrating the amount of years and times MLAs have stood in this House and asked the government how someone can be given a court order one day to abstain from alcohol and go to the beer and wine store and buy alcohol the following day, or even order hard liquor through import permits. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to move on, though. I was able to find the Nunavut Court's most recent annual report, which was from the year 2016-17, roughly 9 years ago. This annual report contains relevant information such as the number of charges, number of convictions, number of custody admissions, and bail or probation violation charges. Mr. Speaker, 9 years ago, since this last annual report was published by the Department of Justice, the department had completed its upgrade and transition to a new court information system, which would easily allow the department to quickly put all this information together. So I'd like to ask, when will the Department of Justice publish the next annual report, and will it include relevant information such as court orders to refrain from or abstain from alcohol, and more importantly, interdiction orders to abstain from alcohol? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister of Justice, Ms. Gross.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member for that question. The Nunavut Court annual report is prepared by the Nunavut Court, which is independent of the government of Nunavut. So preparing a new report would be up to the court to prepare and publish this report, but I'll have the department look into it, and hopefully they can have another report soon with the members' recommendations. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.